What's up guys, the Devil's Talon here, and in today's video we're going to be going over how you can improve your solo platform Cash Cup performances by reviewing one of the best players in the world, Unknown. Now Unknown won the first platform cup with the new format. He absolutely dominated. And before you say anything about, oh, it's just aim assist, he had an average placement of 5.5 in the 6 games. Now, just to mention, the new format is there is a first open round, and then there's a second, more stacked round. He absolutely popped off in this second stacked round. These are against some of the best players in the world. These solos have surged. It's what FNCS should have been, but unfortunately did not turn out to be. So let's take a look at how he just absolutely dominated, placed well, and got some frags along the way. So Unknown's landing spot is, we're going to be taking a look at his YouTube video just to kind of look at the highlights of what he is. As you can see, super stat game, 70 players. You're definitely not going to be seeing this in a Cash Cup. Let's look at this first engagement. Boom, catches a guy, pretty much lacking, just getting in. Not too much to say about that, right? Just for some things for you that don't know, Unknown lands Slurpee Swamps and usually W keys and gets a fish, but he always has very, very good loot. Probably abuses the upgrade station and all sorts of stuff like that. So again, catches a kid on edge zone. Let's look at the outbuild. Good movement right here. RPG. Good that he knows this guy is weak. One thing that Unknown does super well is always edits with his blueprint out to improve his speed. Unfortunately chokes that right there. Gets him. Boom. Bop. He gets him to fall down. Good piece control. Let's just watch that in slow motion again. Just how he easily kind of wins that fight. That looked a little bit scuffed to begin with, to be honest. So let's go back a couple. And we'll slow it down. So playback speed, make it 0.5. Okay. So he gets right here. And so he's going to take this wall. He unfortunately chokes the edit. But notice how he's editing with his blueprints. He gets here. Good cone right here, right? Good piece control right here. Now, he gets a little bit scuffed because he didn't get the wall up in time to block him. But again, edits with his blueprints. The guy jumps up. He again places a flat and a cone. Full piece control. And just easy edit down. Boom, pop. Unknown is one of the best at edit flow, as well as basically piece control combined with edit flow. So really good for frag, but again, he only gets 24 frags in these 6 games, so not a ton, only 4 kills per. He really popped off with placement, and you're going to see how that rewards him in winning by nearly 100 points. So we're just going to go back to normal play speed. Again, everyone, if you're a fan of competitive Fortnite and you're not subscribed to Unknown, you need to be. Mans is an absolute animal. I love this, what he does right here. He sees someone pushing up that kind of was holding him. And this sequence is kind of funny. So he sees this guy kind of rotating. Really good edit flow through. This guy, everyone's just kind of trying to get the zone. He's at edge. And he's screaming, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. He got a little too passive. He should have probably, a little too greedy. He should have just expended a little bit of extra match that he did have to make sure that he didn't get beamed there, but it's okay. He's got kid, he's got heals. This guy's on his wall again. Look, as I talked about in my tips and trip, offensive cone peeking, but he doesn't turn it into offense. He just uses it as an opportunity to rotate. But you can use that on offense if that guy were to be a little overzealous and jump down. So again, good stuff from Unknown here. Let me remove this. Sorry, I do apologize. We're going to see what he decides to do here. Shoots through. Boom. Now he can get in. He gets right here. Boom. He should be chilling. Doesn't have a ton of materials, but definitely can manage. Looking back, I think in these super stacked lobbies, I'm talking about, we're 40 entering into 5th zone, so we want to be cautious. Now he goes down for the loot here, and just he gets harpooned. This is literally just, it's pure chaos. Again, maybe should have been a little bit more cautious when he was going down, but how he survives this is pretty much beyond me. He gets in this super scuffed area. Fortunately, one thing that in these super stack lobbies you gotta have heals. You're fighting against good players. I mean, he even gets keyed here again. Just really good job of double choking, makes a good decision to go up again. And smartly, what he ends up doing is putting a cone on, making sure no one can see him. It's really great for healing. He's got zone, so he's chilling, but doesn't have a ton of mats. He's probably not going to be able to make max rotate. Goes up for a little more clear path. Just trying to recycle this stuff. He falls down and boom. This is just Unknown's ability. He just catches someone that's just unfortunately not really rotating too smart and easily kills him. Now he's got materials. And I believe during this entire match he's getting IGL'd by someone. I'm not sure. I know it's Kanata at the end, but this is just, again, just pure... This guy just W keys in his box. There's not much to say anything about other than that, just being clutching up and hitting the headshot. This is something you're going to have to do. The guy wasn't that great. And as you can see, tunneling on controller in these super stack lobbies isn't as good. But a really great layer switch right there. Really jump up to a good layer, allow him to get some heals off. Get some shield off so in case he gets beamed again. He's doing a great job of editing through and finding open space. Gets in, boom, gets in his own little solid box. Ooh, getting pressured with a drum gun. Again, really surprised that he decided to go for that big. Apologize for this ad. We're going to skip through this. So, again. Boom. Nice, good edit flow on a pump. He's playing ahead. Really good job of playing ahead. He has tons of mats to use. And he drops to ultimate low here. I like this decision. Great job again right there. Just a little bit of... Just almost caught him again, but just what I'm talking about. Edit flow, edit through, try to get piece control. This is a little sketchy. Goes down to try and get some mats, gets cracked for a kid in the water. But he's doing such a good job of just running away, being annoying, using everything he has, using his materials to stay alive, like not absolutely caring, which sometimes it's like mats conservation is good, but it's not always the absolute best thing to do. He burned all of his mats, but it's okay because he's kind of built this structure. Fortunately, zone goes back. He probably would be as successful if zone went the other way, but nothing really control that. And look at this. Just gets to ultimate low in a spot that probably no one's going to expect him to be. Gets ahead. Dang near kills himself, but ends up smartly just taking a kit and while zone rotates. And he's just playing this extremely well. Again, I think this is 7th. Getting a kit off in 7th is crazy. This is his old builds. Unfortunately, hits it for 80. And again, this is a little bit of the W key mindset. There was no way for him to know. If that had been wood, it might have been a different story, but it was his old metal. So, not too much to talk about it. Again, as you can see on the screen, it's game 2. He's got a max rotate. So, he's probably looking to recycle a pad. He has decent enough mats he can make the rotate. And rotating late here will sometimes get you in trouble. Most people will pad forward, but he gets really fortunate here. There's just, fortunately for him, he's literally just farming mats and vibing. And he makes it to zone pretty much unscathed. He's looking for additional loot. He didn't have to burn too many mats, as you could see. Unfortunately, he's just, again, a fortunate pickup there. There's not much to say there. Just got a guy shambles and easy kill. And now he's rotating ahead. Good tunnels. Catches a guy lacking. Again, good awareness. Oh, that's a little awkward spot. But it's okay. He makes it work. Gets a little bit of a refresh here. Good edit flow right there, right? That's really good edit flow for controller. I really like the layer switch right there. Gets him off a bad layer. Good conserve tarping. Looking for picks back. Again, there's just tons of good stuff to learn. And again, he's not super fragging out, right? He only has 2 kills, so it's not all L2. This is all... He might be getting IGL'd by a PC player, but again, Unknown was qualifying for World Cup before aim assist was even buffs. So I don't... anyone that says that he's all aim assist is clearly just ignorant to his skill. So not a ton of materials, 200 materials. He could probably make something work. Look, I like that decision not to get box up in there. Ooh. Doesn't have a ton of mats. What I love that he does here, if I remember watching, is he just kind of tries to play like in the most awkward spots where he doesn't think a lot of people are going to be. And he just extends his life. Tries to W key in this box. And basically at this point, you're just playing for top 5. Because that's going to be in the difference of a couple points. And easy gets a guy to just slacken and then just good aim. And he's dead. A great job doing what you need to do is just focus on placement. You don't need to win every game. And again, as you see, look, we're at game 3 right now. He's only had, I believe, six kills, and he plays better as the game gets on. But he's not W keying early. He's playing in these stack lobbies, very smart, rotating well. Now this is a little bit unfortunate, but again, this is where a drop spot with Fish. Fish is so huge in these super stack lobbies, allows you to heal back up. He gets absolutely lasered. Now here, he should have, on controller, it's sometimes a little bit hard to switch to different materials. It's definitely an advantage for Master Keyboard players. But he eventually heals all the way back up. And he's just kind of waiting for an opportunity. He's right on edge zone, so goes up a little bit. And this fight is just absolutely destroyed. That's Saf, by the way. One of probably the most consistent player in all of Fortnite. And we're going to just watch what he did there, just easily secure the kill on one of the best players. So we're going to slow it in half. Oh, catches Saf being a little too greedy. Not enough awareness to get stuck on that wall right there, actually. Which is unfortunate, but what he does there, hit him again. And here, this is what I'm talking about, this edit flow. Places the wall, immediately edits through it. I don't know why it's being so chunky here. Let's I'm not going to start it. So he goes up. As you can see, Saf unfortunately gets caught on that wall, edits through, wall, shot, then the cone right there. Again, full piece control. I mean, Saf only has the stairs. So, again, piece control, huge. But that's all good edit flow along with that piece control, right? That first wall to allow to get those walls off, those shots off that cone. It's so smooth. He's one of him and Wolfies. And these are, again, controller players that have been qualifying before aim assist that understood these box fighting mechanics, these piece control mechanics, all the way back in World Cup days. So, again, I'll keep reiterating for anyone watching that thinks this is pure aim assist. It's not aim assist. That kill was entire just knowledge and skill. If you're killing Saf like that, you're definitely elite, okay? All right, let's keep going. So, again, we just got to refresh. Looks like Saf didn't have a ton of mats, actually. Just a little bit extra. Oh, he had some metal he can use, and so get some height. This is real smart, what he does. Is he's going to play dead side zone and sees this guy rotating or moving, not paying attention to him. He rotates easy. Yeah, this rotate is super unfortunate. But again, like playing ultimate low, maybe in these super stack lobbies isn't as bad as you think. And he's got tons of fish. Tons and tons and tons of fish. You're just going through old build that's scary. But this guy, what this guy does for unknown him shooting him, just gives him to build and give him a whole bunch of extra protection. He doesn't need to use that many mats. Good adjustment, good layer. Catches. And his stream's unfortunately really bad quality. So it's even bad quality in the YouTube video. Does a really good job of rotating, getting in. He's got some metal left. He's got fish. So 3 fish can definitely play zone if need be. And zone goes back. He catches someone completely lacking. Easy W key. Boom. So again, he actually ends up getting more fish off of this guy. Rotating back. So he doesn't go for that, right? Doesn't need to go for those kills. He has enough materials to get in. He has utility and fish to extend his game. Does a good job of just playing solo, rotating, make sure he's protected. Looking for tags back. Now this is unfortunately kind of unfortunate, but he gets some tags with just not good awareness of above. But again, he has heals, so it's okay. He's going to eat a couple minis in a slurp. But again, you probably want to make sure that your top's covered. And another fortunate zone where it goes back. So he's going to probably need a frag soon. Find some loot. But picking up the minigun is such a super smart decision. I'm going to tell you why. Go watch Unknown's duo cash cup with Kanado. Why minigun is ridiculous. Everything about this fight right here, we're going to definitely watch this fight, is so smart. So, again, just showing his IQ and his box fighting knowledge and what makes him so good. It's just simple, proper techniques. Now, picking up this minigun is so smart late for multiple reasons. So he picks up this minigun, right? Nothing, even for RPG, which some may not agree with. But it allows him to get through all these condensed layers so quickly. Making sure he felt someone was breaking that wall. Make sure he hold there, right? Just little stuff. Making sure he gets the wall. Now he knows this guy is in wood. He ducks back, pressures him, and takes the wall and then edits it to the point where it looks like if this guy tries to hold a wall, which, I mean, I don't know if he does, he can't protect himself, right? He's just a sitting duck. And I think he may have tried to build a wall, but even if he didn't, he didn't have anything option to duck back, but the minigun is just so good. So now he gets some additional fish, and we're going to turn this back to normal playback speed. So such a smart use. Love this. Just again, absolutely W king. Now he has a ton of fish here. He couldn't get in there. He might have gotten a little bit too overzealous, in my opinion. He got a little too overzealous for the kill. And he's getting absolutely smashed in storm. And he lost some placement with that top fifth. He could have probably just, once that person just ran away, just kind of continued to pressure because he had so many fish. He had so many fish, right, on his body when he died. Let's look back and see how many fish he had before he died. So he wasn't able to use any of those. So 3 fish unused, just being a little too over aggressive. And then, again, you're going to take a top 6. But, I mean, there's still even mistakes. And you could tell he's visibly upset. He knows that he threw the bread on that game. As I believe. And, again, this is kind of just a little indication of his route. Land Slurpee gets fish. You're going to watch him absolutely just smack this kid. A little L2. Again, I talked about hitting people in the air. Makes them more vulnerable. Again, boom. Everything about that is just textbook. Let's watch that again. It's beautiful. It's just edit flow and it's just piece control all combined into one beautiful, beautiful, beautiful engagement. So we're rotating up. He sees a kid with a harpoon right here. Decides not to build first. Take shots because the guy doesn't notice. Boom, smashes him, takes the lily pad while applying pressure, takes both lily pads. Now you can see the guy eat fish, but he gets total piece control. And the guy is hopeless, right? Again, and it's just so smooth and fluid. It's really good. He gets the flat over him and the ramp. Boom, edits, gets the wall so he can't go out, and then just two quick pumps, easy free kill. And again, that's just piece control and edit flow combining. 2 of the things that Unknown is extremely, extremely good at. So again, super stacked late. He appears to be on high ground. Again, only acquiring that 1 kill. He recycles a pad, which is a good thing. He probably knows he doesn't have too many materials to keep height. He watches the guy literally get obliterated. He did have enough materials to keep height, but the pad will get you better position. Now, one thing that's crazy about there's nothing to say other than that, but unfortunate for that guy. One thing I'm going to mention is that if you have the Dracacorn glider, use it. The hitbox when it makes it in the air. I believe every launch pad that Unknown takes in this video, he takes 0 tags. And it's because he's using the Dracacorn. It's not pay to win, but it is. The hitbox is so crazy when you're spinning on that damn glider. It makes it really, really hard. Plus the big visual, whatever the hell, dragon, I guess, is flopping around. So if you're not using the Dracacorn glider, you need to. It is worth copying just for the competitive advantage. And you're going to see almost every competitive player in this lobby use the Dracacorn. Just because it does actually give you an advantage while flying in the air and preventing getting beamed. So again, a ton of materials, max materials. So he could just get ahead and burn. He literally has no reason to engage. He has 8 floppers. Love for the switch from metal to wood there. And then once he gets closer to the edge, building in hard. And he switched to metal right there. Good job. Just little minute things. Burning the wood on stuff that he doesn't care. Like he's water falling down. He's getting down anyways. But once he gets to where he wants to be, using metal. Again, nothing to talk about that kill. Just the kid, unfortunately, just got underneath Unknown, guy right in the middle of his tunnel. Switching to wood. He knows he's rotating ahead and doesn't want to waste his hard mats. And again, you can see he's definitely used a ton of his materials, used all his brick. But again, he's in zone, getting placement. Catches a guy, Shambles edge, free kill. Oh, that's actually AV or AV. Again, now it's interesting. Like, I like that he's maybe going for aggressive, but it kind of gets him a little bit screwed. Now he doesn't get that kill. But he has the floppers, right? And I think it's definitely worth it. He has the floppers to... He probably went and got that loot. I would be surprised if he didn't. Because now he has materials and shown no kills. So he still benefited from it. And that's from the floppers. This is just great mechanics right here. It's just great mechanics. Excuse me, I'm going to try and get this ad off screen. He does a great. He has a drum gun. He does a great job of pressuring. He does realize the opponent has RPG. And so again, here's a great technique you can do. If you ever get into 9th zone or these really late zones that are closed, what he's going to do is sit and store. He cracked. He goes, okay, he's white. And this is what makes sense. All you need to do is heal and then go back for a guaranteed angle. He almost chokes it. But he knew that's the correct thing to do always in these late circles. Especially if you have RPG or something and you have floppers, take Storm. This is a guaranteed angle. This person on low ground is more than likely Shambles. They've probably been fighting the entire time. They probably are low on mats and health. Usually that's how it goes. Sometimes that's not the case. But for someone that you've just hit for white and didn't build afterward, it's a pretty good indication that they probably don't have materials. So Unknown does the correct thing. He only hits him a couple of times. Only hits him twice. But fortunately for Unknown, I don't know if he would have gotten this flopper off. I actually don't believe he may have. He may have gotten the flopper off. He may not have. But fortunately that guy was so low, he gets the dub. So again, correct technique. Probably could have been better executed with some better accuracy. Because it was very possible that he could have lost that. So it looks like, again, look at the loot. Purple Scar, floppers, probably using upgrade stations and having materials. And these games get actually less and less stacked. Just maybe because the kid's W King. But this engagement's kind of funny. He sees a kid kind of just rotating free. Unknown kind of falls in the same trap of just kind of tunnel visioning, forgetting that there's kids behind him. But again, quick heals. Oh, it's so good. That's so good. He's just, Unknown is so quick with his edit flow. It's just, it's magnificent to watch. We're gonna watch this back in slow motion. He knows he's already beaten this kid. So edits, realizes. Look at that. He doesn't even catch him. But if he would have maybe gotten that wall off, but he makes sure the cone forces him to the side so he can get the shot, right? So placing that cone right here, even though he probably was already going right, it makes the opponent go one way. I think he probably got his head hit and it probably just screwed him up. Is exactly what it looks like. So, again, nice little free refresh. Extra mats, tons of extra mats that he can use just to tunnel in. And you're going to see he does that exactly, but really good tunnel. Really good. And this guy's, look, again, you're going to see what makes Unknown so good. Boom. That was so nice. Fortunately, if it comes to trade, but floppers are so good. And again, this is what all this piece control is. Understanding that this guy, what this guy did that was so bad, we're going to watch this whole thing, is dive into a bunch of opponents' material, like controlled pieces, and just for the extra loot. And maybe he needed it. Understandable, but again, he makes this for a player as good as Unknown, and you're not going to know it's Unknown. But this is free. The guy does a pretty good job of capitalizing. So what Unknown's doing here is extending a tart because he's got all this extra material so he can safely get into zone. But this guy, boom. Again, exactly. Edit flow is exactly what I'm talking to. Edit flow, piece control. Edit flow and piece control. Just watch it again slow motion. He gets the wall, so he takes the wall, 2 taps, and then controls the wall, all the while holding his blueprints out. And then this is always the best way to go. Boom, catches him, holds the wall from behind, cracks it for 140, and resets. Backs off, and this is what is so smart. Taking a flopper and then going for the challenge. Because he knows he's still got advantage. And instead of trying to deal with his opponent's wall, his opponent is in such a horrible spot. It's a free pickup. So now he gets even more mats. He gets the flopper he just lost. And we get to watch him play late and rotate up. So catches this guy slipping. Dang near catches him. Really good cone there, but unfortunate. This guy drops down. Gets underneath. Unfortunately, I believe this guy gets away. I really like the distance. Oh, nope. He looks for him again. Gets put in another cone. Ooh. So the guy takes a launch pad because he's afraid of pressure. And then he conserves pads to next zone. All that pressure basically gained him a free rotate and free launch pad. I think Unknown actually plays this sequence very poorly. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry. Very important message here. But he's pressuring his opponents, not getting any tags. It's all good. He's in a really good spot unless zone goes far away, which I believe it actually does here. Does he? And so let's check and see. He does have a launch pad. So he talks about how he wants to get up and use it. I know his IGL thinks he should just conserve pad, and he thinks he should go up and pad. And you're going to see that this whole sequence is actually very poor, but he makes a good recovery. Like wasting his wood, what little wood he has left. And to me, it just seems like he's kind of lost. Like he's just kind of burning mats and not really going anywhere. And then we get here, he takes a mini, pads, hits it again, and then takes a bunch of unnecessary damage. But again, look at this Dragoncorn, just completely flying all the way to head zone. He made it work eventually. It could have done a little bit better. Yeah, unfortunate right there. When I first commented, I said you got to be smarter than that Unknown. You got to place that cone there when you know if an opponent's below you, easy pressure. But again, just maybe in the moment mistake, and it's just very simple in this situation. When you know you have someone pressuring, you want to make sure you put the floor in the cone right here, just to make sure that you don't get knocked down. And so he goes for the mini anyways, and he regrets it. He luckily doesn't die, but could have very easily died. That was smart, though, editing through to get some space. And that's why these floppers are so huge, because he's back to respectable health. So in these really stacked games, you really need... you really, really, really need these floppers. Now, he has no materials, but again, just Look at this. Understanding where your builds are. Just takes advantage of a guy on edge. He's got 4 floppers. He's going into zone. Let's apologize for that as well. Doesn't have mats, and then unfortunately goes all the way to the ground. He could have maybe followed another tarp instead of trying to go ahead, but nothing too crazy. To say there, the one thing to say there that he didn't use 1 flopper, but he didn't have a ton of mats. When he was still up on these builds, up here, something he could have done, and again, we're all about should have gone down and broken through and followed that guy's tarp because he doesn't have the materials right, and then he catches someone that, you know, surprised him that's using floppers. But again, no max, you're shambles. Not much you can do. It's just in the moment decisions again. But he played that very well. Another top 10 placement. Sees this guy, takes a cheeky shot. It actually doesn't look like these builds are his. And I believe Unknown is saying this guy's got RPG. And this guy just absolutely W keys and just gets absolutely pooped on. Not much to say there, just really good accuracy. Just easy headshot. The guy playing a little too, just capitalizing on someone a little too overzealous. And again, as you can see, this is final game and there's 40 people as opposed to the first game where in not even close to 5th. There's 5th people and there's 41 people in 5th. In one of the earlier games and in this last game, look, there's 40 people and we're not even into half and half. So again, nothing too crazy. It's a pretty much just super free rotate. Now, again, okay, this might be the only one where you could say L2, 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 aim assist, aim assist, aim assist. Catches some guy just... If that was really CRR, then that might explain. And again, just not being super aware. Like, the tunnel was there, but he left his entire left eyes exposed on that tunnel. And it's really not that big a deal. If you really want that extra loot, you're more than likely going to get whatever. So you could have done that on the way there. You're definitely going to get the refresh of those materials. He's got 3 launch pads, so I guarantee you he's going to use one, which he does. And I believe he makes the comment in this video. Look at this. This is so smart. Again, doesn't get tagged in the air. Dragoncorn Glider, really good for this. This is so smart. He kind of gets to the side, gets some kills, and just starts... He catches this poor guy just building out of wood, and just it's free. Get some extra health and a bandage cannon on top of it. It gets in. He actually doesn't get in. This sequence, I believe, is a little bit more awkward than I remember. The next zone, sorry, is a little bit awkward. He's got 2 launch pads again. He blocks off to the side real smart, so maybe looking for pressure back. So next zone. Oh my god, that's just... Does a beautiful job. For some reason, unfortunately, the pad didn't work, so that's why I believe he goes back. He catches this guy that he maybe thinks he could kill. Really smart right there. Yeah, really good sequence of events. For some reason, it wasn't allowing him to conserve it, which is fine. Again, doesn't get touched in the air at all. Dragoncorn OP. This is a really good sequence. Even if he doesn't get the kill, we're going to watch this. Everything about this is so good. Just technique-wise, and boom. Just this guy's kill gets absolutely yoinked. Unknown's kill gets yoinked. But let's just watch that sequence of again. And he goes back on that pad previously. Probably because he was worried that it wasn't a conserve pad, and he could just easily go back up lane and launch it and try it again. But unfortunately, there's a guy there, and then he just kind of distracts him and then takes it again. But fortunately, doesn't take any damage. Probably, again, because of his glider. So, again, we're going to watch this sequence of events play when he lands. So he pads ahead. Furthermost, As you can see, the furthest smoke to zone, really good. Land. Making sure he blocks his way off. Catches a guy not even paying attention. Doesn't get the wall. But the guy moves through. Boom. Edit flow. Gets the floor, top piece, everything. Ducks back to the left. Look at how protected this is. Ducks back to the left while he's taking the wall to make sure he can avoid getting shot. And then places the cone down. And then unfortunately, he was getting pressured from up top. I mean, look how good this angle is. Unknown is completely protected. This guy is completely... And again, like I said, Unknown is great at understanding angles. And completely free. But unfortunately, he's dead from above. Which happens, so... But again, it still works as a refresh for Unknown, even though he doesn't get the points. He catches a guy using a tarp. Good side jump, good layer switch, and now all he's got to do... I like this right here, that little quick pad. It allows him to get high ground because he gets just so quick ahead. He's got the mats to do this, and he takes it. Now this fight's a little bit iffy, but again, then when you're vibing like Unknown is, and doing the great stuff that he can do, this fight is a little bit iffy, and I'm gonna tell you why. And it's not because he does everything technically correct. He just executes it a little bit poorly. He chokes the edit, which gives his opponent time to recognize. So recognizes that this opponent is 100% going to be there. Jumps up, flat cone, and this is great. But he accidentally chokes the quick edit through, and so this gives this guy time. But again, Unknown just good, has a better sub follow up. The guy does a great job of making a read on it, but again, maybe a harder hit could have ended his game, and that's just part of it. Just was a little bit slow. But now he's got high ground. I believe he has nearly max materials. He's not going to lose this game with his loadout. He has 7 floppers, the drum gun. He probably needs to switch to hard material. Yep, as soon as I said that, he switches to hard materials to reconnect. Wood can get easily spammed out. Sees a kid with a dragon corn, and now he's just pressuring everyone that's below him off of his lair. Really good stuff here. And like I said, there's no way he loses this. I know he doesn't lose it. I knew watching this. I was commenting when I first watched this. I said, there's no way he loses this. He's got more mats. He's got better loot than everyone in the lobby. He's got floppers if he somehow manages to blow through all those materials, which he doesn't. Catches this guy, just spams him out. That was Grandma Teats, GG's. And again, he's just pressuring everyone down low with a drum gun that he can. Everyone that's close to him. As you can see, still a ton of materials for late. He's just spamming down low. He's already over 200 points. Boom, easy cracked. He's got 7 floppers. And again, you're gonna see he does the exact same technique. Oh, look at that edit flow. That edit flow is disgusting. Even though no one's there, these edit flows are just so good. They're so good. They're so hard to do on controller, in my opinion. Just be that smooth. It looks just like everything is just so smooth, planned out, thought out of. And he does the same thing here. Goes back even further. He has 5 floppers. And look at this angle. This guy's, again, low ground, shambles, free. He takes advantage of the angle and then just absolutely lasers the opponent. And then he can do that. And again, look at this stat line. He played in 6 matches because second round is 6 matches. He won 2 of them. He only had 4 kills per round, which is, again, for Unknown standards, not a ton. He placed 5.5. That's what's insane. He's placing top 10 every match. And that's allowed him to nearly win. He won by 88 points. He nearly won by 100 points. It wasn't even close. And we're talking about, look at the people that are in this. Clicks is up here. Dubs is up here. Jock's up here. Grandma Teats is up here. Avery's up here. Nosh. All these professional players. This lobby is stacked with some of the best players. And he won by 88 points. That's a ton. And I understand it's a new format. But look how close everyone else is. Like, in terms of points, he's a stratosphere. This is by far the most impressive performance in any Cash Cup in the history of Fortnite. Just because of how stacked it is and the margin of victory. But again, Guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe. I post on YouTube 3 times a week, tons of content, tons of things to learn, and things for you to enjoy. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.